Are you looking to grow revenues, increase profitability, or obtain financing? If so, you came to the right place.
Running a business is all about leadership. How do you become a better leader? Learn from the successful entrepreneurs and business owners how to lead your organization more effectively. That's why we created Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business, to help you succeed with your host, Andrew Frazier, Business Growth Pro and CFO and founder of the Small Business Pro University. Every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're joined by experienced entrepreneurs and business owners who share their secrets to success via live stream. Also, every Friday morning, we release a new podcast episode. Either way, you will learn about developing your business leadership skills from our roster of highly performing guest experts. Leadership Live is one of the many valuable resources provided through the Small Business Pro University, empowering business owners to learn, profit, and grow. Find out more at sbpro.com.
Good evening and welcome back. I am your host, Andrew Frazier, and excited to be with you hanging out once again on Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business. As you know, in business, your organization can only go as far as you're prepared to take it. So it's very important to continue to develop yourself and your leadership skills so you can continue to move your business forward. That's why so many business owners get stuck, because they're not prepared or they haven't learned or put together what they need to go forward. And that's why we bring together each week a different business leader with different expertise in different areas of business to help you develop your skills, develop your business knowledge, develop your leadership skills by hearing from experts, as well as, hearing from them about how they've built and grown their organizations. Tonight I'm excited because, one of my, most important topics is about what your most important job in business owner, and that's sales and marketing. So, as you know, probably half of our shows focus in one way or another about sales and marketing, because that's the most important job. That's the most important thing to the success of your business. And, tonight's show, we're going to focus on actually video content. One thing I learned several years ago, I'm not sure who told me, but every business needs to be a media company in this day and age. You can't survive if you're not a media company on some level. Even though I do coaching, consulting, and training, my business is really media, content. And, if you're going to stay in business long term, that's going to be important for you to do too. But not only that, they always say like a picture is worth 1,000 words, but I find that a video is worth 1,000 pictures. So if you're not using video in what you're doing, then you're shortchanging the benefits that you could be receiving, and really not moving your organization forward as fast and as well as you possibly could if you do incorporate video into what you're doing. And especially now, it's easier and less expensive than ever. And that's what we're going to focus on tonight, is really how do you leverage video content so that you can enhance your brand. Especially as a small business owner, it's a challenge to do everything, but now there's tools that can help you to do that. And I'm excited to, have a guest that, really has an expertise in that area and has developed an amazing tool that we actually use with our live stream, and how I am able to take advantage and really utilize video content in everything that I'm doing. So he's the CEO of Vidyo.ai. And, he's doing great things. So let me bring him on. Hey, Vedant, how you doing today?
Hey, Andrew, thank you so much for having me over here. And I am super excited to join everyone who's joining us live on this live stream, where we talk about, like Andrew said, sales and marketing. And I'm excited to tell you about how you can leverage video content across your entire marketing and sales strategy in order to increase leads and do better business.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, so definitely, um, that's critical. Appreciate you hanging out this evening. I know you're always super busy, but yeah, look forward to really having a good chat with you about this important topic. But before we do that, um, you know, like to have you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your journey. How did you get to where you are now? Running, I guess, a global company that's growing and doing, at the forefront of what you do. So if you could take a few minutes to do that, that would be great.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for, again, the invitation to be able to speak with so many people today. Vidyo.ai is the company that I founded 3 years ago. And what we essentially do is that we help people create video content faster using AI. Now, my background for the last 10 years before I started this company, I was a social media manager and a strategy expert. And I worked with the biggest names in the content creation space, the biggest businesses across the world in helping them create and streamline their content on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and helping them get free impressions and views through organic content, through social media content, through video content. And one of the biggest pain points that we noticed while working with small brands, big creators, people across the world was that just the amount of time and effort it takes to create video content makes it very, very semi-accessible to a lot of people. And then people think a lot of times before starting to do video content. But on the other side, you'll see that increasingly every business, every personal brand, anybody who wants to have a presence online needs to be creating video content because that's how people are consuming video content. All of us, spend so much time consuming videos on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. And that's really the future of how we're going to be doing a lot of things on our mobile phones and on our screens. So we built the software that allows people taking, our combined 30 years of expertise in terms of how to do video content and how to grow social media for different businesses, for your podcast, whether you're an e-commerce business, whether you are a small business, whether you run a retail business. We've built the tools that use AI to help you grow your video content online. And what I will also aim to do in this conversation is just have share my learnings in terms of what works, what doesn't work, and we are able to, what we've seen work for businesses when it comes to social media and online video growth.
Excellent. So you've had a interesting journey, and one key thing about a successful business is provides for the needs, wants, and desires of your clients, and you really found a big need out there for smaller and medium-sized businesses. So talk a little bit more about the need. What were they doing, and what is it that they needed to be able to move forward in the way they need to in business?
Absolutely. No. So like Andrew rightly said at the beginning of the conversation, every business and every business owner should be spending a lot of their time on sales and marketing and really building that funnel out that is being able to capture the attention of their potential customers and then eventually leading them down the funnel to a purchase, right? And what's happened as a consumer trend over the last 5 to 10 years is that more and more of the time that users and people are spending on media is happening on social media, and it's happening consuming video content to the extent that even if you talk about web traffic, like the internet traffic in general, over 40% of it is just video content being streamed. And that means that more and more consumers, more and more decision makers, anybody is spending a lot of time consuming video content. And that means that if so much attention is there, so much human attention is there, then your business or your practice or your personal brand needs to be online. And that means that you need to be able to effectively craft content that works online. Now, the latter part is very relevant, right? And it's very interesting because just making a video and putting it online doesn't work in today's day and age because consumers have a lot of content to choose from. They've got a lot of competition, they've got a lot of channels, they've got a lot of people that they can consume and spend their time on. So not only do you need to craft content and video content, you need to have the right strategies in place, you need to have the right kind of mindset in place, and you need to have the right kind of tools in place that are not taking up too much of your time or bandwidth because you're a business owner, you're busy, you've got a lot of things to do, but at the same time is able to deliver results to you every single time, right? And so that's the insight. That's what we learned, that more and more businesses, more and more marketers want to do video content, but they don't have a clear way in which they can do that without having a steep learning curve or without having to spend hours in front of a video editor or a software where they're trying to figure out what to do, or even worse, hire an agency for a couple of $1,000s a month to do all of that work for them and then not get the right kind of ROI. And you're taking all of those learnings in combination is when we decided to build a better, cleaner, accessible solution for businesses across the world who are now using our software Vidyo.ai to create videos for their businesses with a couple of clicks. And that's helping them not just drive more social media engagement, views, but also translating into real revenue and real leads for their business. And it's a win-win for both parties.
Definitely. And, you mentioned, so much traffic is going to video. And, the average cost to really create a video, 2-3 years ago, I don't know what on average, well, you probably have a better idea on average sort of what people are spending, but can you talk about, sort of what it cost and what it looked like to do video content, and compare it to sort of what their options are these days?
Excellent question. And this will, I think, truly paint a picture of the landscape of video content and how it has evolved over the course of the last, 5 to 10 years. If you had to create video content probably like 5 or 7 years ago, you had to hire an agency or have at least 3 or 4 people, helping you out. So you've got one person doing the lights, one person doing the camera, somebody doing the sound. And then apart from the production crew, you've also got somebody who's helping you with the content. Hey, what am I going to speak in these videos? And once the shooting is done, and once these 3 or 4 people who've charged you probably $100 or $150 an hour, they come back to you with the video, then you want an editor that helps you edit this content into, let's say, a Facebook ad or a YouTube ad, or something that goes on your website, and they'll charge you a couple of $100 as well. And then finally, when all of that is done, you want to add music, you want to add subtitles, you want to add captions so that you're able to reach more people, and that adds a couple of $100 as well. So you're looking at maybe to produce like a minute or a 2-minute long video, you're easily looking at costs upwards of anywhere between $750 to $1,000. That has gone down by over 10 times to almost 20 times today. In today's day and age, you've got your smartphones. All smartphones today have incredibly good cameras that give really good, both audio as video quality. You can just take your camera out, place it in your house somewhere like we're doing right now, and you can just record really good quality video and audio. And then you can use AI to write scripts. You don't need a script writer anymore. You can use AI tools to subtitle these videos, caption them at a fraction of the price that you would ever be doing. And then you also don't need a video editor to learn and use expensive software to create these videos. This is all happening seamlessly across different tools that are available free of cost to people online, right? So the cost of a video from say $1,000 has gone to about $15 to $20 only, right? And that means not only are more people able to create them, but more people are using them for their business and for their marketing and to their advantage. So that's how dramatic the shift has been. And now is a better time than ever for every business to make video content and just social media content a bigger and stronger part of their marketing strategy.
Excellent. So, and you're talking about all that, and really you're spending all that to get a single video or two. And
absolutely,
even if you do that, that wasn't really enough content to effectively market using video.
Yeah.
What does it take in terms of content to be able to market effectively using video in this day and age? Definitely, there's a lot of outlets, but what should a business owner be thinking about in terms of, how much content and what types of content should I be creating?
That's a great question. I feel that as a business owner, your goal has to be to maximize the impressions that you're getting with your target audience. Think about your own pattern of using social media apps or apps like LinkedIn, and you'll see that there is this pattern of you opening these apps maybe in the morning when you're starting your day, and then maybe a couple of times throughout the entire day, right? Now you want to be able to reach your consumers every time they're opening an app like LinkedIn or Instagram. And that means that you've got to increase the amount of content that you're putting out right now. The content mix itself, let's be very, very clear about one trend. The rise of short form video, right? Everyone is consuming short form video, and that's why people are creating more short form video. And what we've understood about the short form video space, having operated in it for so long, is that while a lot of people shy away from long short form video because they're not sure what to create, or they feel that their brand might not be the best fit for it, we've seen incredible examples of businesses that have used short videos to drive traffic to their actual business outcomes. In some cases, that might be a podcast. In some cases, that might be a webinar. In some cases, that might be just the actual lead funnel or your website that you're leading people to, right? So because so many attention spans are there on short video content, that's a very, very effective funnel driver into outcomes for your business, depending on what your business is. And you can add that as a message on the videos. You can add that as the outro of the videos. There are lots of ways in which you can embed your brand within the short video content pieces. But the number one thing that most businesses need to do, and they need to do more frequently, more often, is short form video, right? But that doesn't mean that other content types aren't as relevant anymore. Depending on which segment you're going after, where your customers are hanging out, there are lots of other things that you can leverage. For example, a lot of my potential customers hang out on LinkedIn. That means that I use a combination of text posts, image posts, carousel posts, and newsletters to be able to reach these people. But for all of these content pieces, I am not writing them myself. I'm taking the help of AI tools to help me streamline that workflow and take a fraction of the time that it would have taken for me to write a post or a LinkedIn newsletter, and so on and so forth. And the same applies across the spectrum. So even if you're creating long form videos, let's say you're doing long form YouTube videos, you're doing webinars, you can use AI tools to streamline the content and the format and the scripts that you're going to be using, the ideas that you can do, how you can engage with your audience. So all of those things are happening as well. Very, very important thing that more people need to understand with short form video, especially that, is that because attention spans are dropping across the board, you need to be able to engage with your potential customers in these short form videos within the first 3 to 5 seconds, right? And that's what a lot of people refer to as the hook of the video. So you need to be very, very mindful about not just the hook of the video and what you are talking to people or what the value proposition is from that piece of content in the first 3 to 5 seconds. But the same applies to other types of content as well. If you're able to hook people in with that strong, powerful messaging that gets their attention or grabs their attention in an endless stream of social media posts, then you've won 50% of the game. So I encourage people to spend a lot of time about when they are writing a post or when they are creating a video, what is the hook of the video? What's going to engage people? What's going to grab their attention and give them the incentive to read on and complete reading your post? So that's, I would say, the most important part of creating video or creating just general content in today's day and age.
Excellent. So, okay. So, definitely, people do have really short attention spans, and, you've got like 5 seconds, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then, it's great that it's easier for you to do content, but also easier for other people to do content. So the amount of content is increasing significantly. So being able to find, your voice and how you can stand out among others is critical as well. So
I think, well, just to add to that, Andrew, like you said, that there's a lot of businesses that I have spoken with have personally felt that, hey, that everyone's creating content and how will I stand out? And the single most important answer to that is that you have to understand your niche of customers and go really deep into the niche. The good part is everyone is online. And even if you feel that your niche is small, you'll be surprised at the number of people who have the exact same problem and are able to, locate you online. Just take our app, for example. The problem of creating short videos was something that we felt was too niche. That hey, we felt that we are facing this problem. Probably people are out there are not facing that problem, but till date, over 5 million people from across the world have signed up and told us that hey, we face the exact same problem, right? So it's important to not worry about what others are creating and how you will stand out, but keep like a single-minded focus in terms of who your niche is and who that customer is that you're trying to go after, and try and deeply solve their problems with your content.
Definitely, definitely. And the other thing that that's important to keep in mind is your content builds. Even if you're not getting any views or any traction initially, that's okay. You have to be consistent, and you have to continually put out content, because the more you have, the easier it is for people to find you, and the more value you have when people do find you. So that's important as well.
Completely.
What do you I guess you've got different channels. A lot of times people think video and they think YouTube and TikTok, but video is used a lot of other places. But I'd say until about the last year or so, I really didn't do much of anything on TikTok because I didn't have the capability. But now I've been doing more. I've done, I used to do video on YouTube because I do the live stream. I wouldn't have to edit it and do other things that are longer form. But what do you think it takes for someone to going from zero and really trying to build their content and build awareness around what they're trying to do?
Great question. I feel that your video strategy, or the foundation of your video or your social media strategy, will really depend on who your customer is and where they're hanging out, right? Where they're spending their time online. And if you're able to get the answer to these two questions, then you have a fair bit of idea of what the platform mix and the content mix should be like. Just to give you an example, if you feel that most of your customers are people who are, say, above 35 to 50 years old, right? If most of your customers are falling in that segment, then it is very, very likely that they're not using TikTok, but they're big users of Facebook, right? And they're using LinkedIn. Similarly, if you feel that most of your consumers are between the ages of like 16 to 22 or 24, then you know that TikTok is a big platform that is present for that demographic, and you need to be present over there. So I guess the answer to that is that the first question that you need to answer is, hey, where is my audience hanging out? What are the social media apps, or what are the apps in general that they're spending their time on? And once you have the answer to that question, you have a clear idea of what platforms you should be optimizing for. Say you are optimizing for young adults and people who are between the age of 16 to 24. Then in that case, TikTok, Instagram, and TikTok, Instagram, and probably Twitter become a really, really important part of your strategy. But at the same time, if you feel that you're going after people who are above the age of 35, then LinkedIn and Facebook, and to an extent, YouTube also become like a really important part of your strategy. It also depends on what kind of product you're selling. See, for example, you're selling a product that generally requires an educational funnel where you're educating your customers or potential customers about the services that you offer, or what your business is. Then in those cases, live streams such as this month make a ton of sense, where you are spending an hour with your potential customers in an environment like this, and you're telling them about business, and you're adding value to their lives and telling them about your brand. But in some cases where you're selling straightforward products on Amazon or through your Shopify website, or you're selling cupcakes for that matter, right? Then you don't need to spend as much time educating your audience as you need to spend trying to capture their imaginations on short video platforms. So if you're a baker, and if you're making cakes from home, and if you want to sell that, then you definitely need to be there on TikTok and Instagram, where you're uploading videos about your process, about the cakes that you made, and about the clients that you service. So I feel that you got to really understand your customer, their behavior, where they're spending their time on, and on the basis of that, choose the platforms that you want to focus on. on every platform today, luckily, short video content does work. Like LinkedIn has also launched its short video platform very, very recently, which means that no matter what the platform mix is for you, short videos like 30, 40, 60-second videos are going to be a key part of your strategy. And you can use those short form videos to create buzz around the actual product. In fact, a very interesting anecdote that comes to my mind at this point in time is that, we spoke with a lot of real estate agents, and real estate agents don't use a lot of TikTok or Instagram because they say that all our customers are hanging out on Facebook. And that's where, the 35 plus demographic is who wants to purchase houses at that point of time. What we found out was that while the buyers, so to say, were actually hanging out on Facebook, but the influencers in the home buying decision, which is the kids and the other stakeholders that were involved, were actually discovering real estate agents on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and that was driving business to them in a way that they did not expect, because the kids also want to be a part of the decision in terms of what house they are getting, right? And when the dad is talking about, hey, this is a realtor that we've been speaking to, the kids automatically say, hey, we've seen him on Instagram or we've seen him on TikTok. And that's how complex the buyer journey has become for businesses. So I feel that's also a consideration that needs to be kept in mind.
Excellent. So yeah, so definitely, your assumptions about who's where can be very different. And a lot of people do social media passively, so you don't even know where they are. I'm a little above the 50 dynamics, and my wife actually spends a lot of time getting information from TikTok, and so she never posts, but that doesn't mean she's not there. So definitely I can sort of see where you are. We'll take a quick break. We're about halfway through. Want to share, coming up on the end of the year for the holidays, something that could be valuable as for you as a business owner, for other business owners that you think could benefit as well. So we're gonna take a minute, learn a little bit about what we're doing for the holidays, and then I'll be back talking small business with Vedant, talking about leveraging video content to enhance your brand. Ever wonder why some businesses succeed while other ones flounder or just plain fail? It's all about having a solid game plan, knowing what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, because your business can only go as far as you're prepared to take. How can you acquire the knowledge, the skills, and perspective that you need to succeed? What if you could learn the secret sauce in a matter of hours from the comfort of your own home or office? Now you can. I'm Andrew Frazier. I've written a series of books outlining my proven proprietary Masterpreneur Playbook framework that has helped more than 1,000 business owners to succeed. By reading the handbook and completing the workbook exercises chapter by chapter, you will actively learn how to become more effective at sales, marketing, financial management, operations, and more. Then, the playbook will guide you through the critical stages of business development and personal evolution necessary to work on your business and scale it successfully. As a result, you'll create a sustainable business that can run successfully without you. Here's what others are saying about my methods.
Andrew's books are outstanding. They're easy to read. They're interesting to read, and they will take you every step of the way from startup to scaling if you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to put in the time.
Good practical information that is good for both entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs. Andrew breaks it down in a very understandable way.
He's been helping me with my financials, making sure everything's together, what's working versus what's not working in my business, so that I'm working on my business and not in my business, period.
If you want to work on your business and scale successfully, you need my Masterpreneur combo, the handbook, the workbook, and the playbook. Act now to take advantage of a special offer for my Masterpreneur Combo and save over 25%. I'll also sign and ship all 3 books for free. This is a limited time offer that can only be accessed using the direct link below. www.sbpru.com/combo. Get your Masterpreneur Combo today. Once again, that's www.sbpru.com/combo. All right, great. So definitely the combo is a good deal, and a lot of people have benefited from what we had to share. But back to the topic: leveraging video content. There's so much to digital content and social media and email marketing that it can just be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you got to get your content to the right people, and part of it is focusing on the start of your content, but also there's other things like hashtags and other things that are important to be able to do that as well. So what other types of what other basic things that we need to know about creating our content and sharing our content and making it more effective and get our message out?
Sure. There are 3 things that are pretty critical when it comes to starting your content or video content creation journey online. And I'm going to touch upon all of these 3 points briefly and then talk about them in combination, right? The first thing is that it's very important for you to, once you start your content creation or your video creation journey, you've got to be very, very consistent at it for the entire duration. And that means that you're starting this journey keeping your considerations or your time in mind. Say that you stick to a schedule of, hey, if I'm going to post like 1 video and 1 text post every week, then I'm going to do that 1 video and 1 post every week for the next 1 year. A lot of people start off with a very strong momentum saying that, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And when, like you rightly pointed out, Andrew, when they do not see the traction or when they start seeing like low engagement, they will stop doing that. And that's something that the algorithms absolutely hate. They want to see consistency in your content. They want to see that they're serious about posting this content on their platform. And that's when they're going to start to promote you and surface your content to other people. So I feel that the first thing that most people are not very aware about, or they do not consider so much, is how consistently they are posting platform content, not just for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but plan in months and years, right? That's how much time it'll take for you to really stand out with your content and drive like real results, to the extent that if you want to launch a product, you just put a LinkedIn post or a Twitter post and it gets sold out. I've seen, and I've worked with businesses because of the content and the audience that they built over a couple of years, were able to drive thousands and tens and thousands of dollars of sales in less than 24 hours, just because they had that audience on the social media networks that they could tap into with just a video or a post and get that sales driven for them. And we've seen countless examples of this across the entire American industry as well. So I'd say that's the first point. The second thing is to understand analytics. Now I understand that for most business owners, spending a lot of time on analytics and understanding, hey, what kind of content is performing, what's not performing for me and my audience, can get a little challenging because you've got a lot of things to do. But that's where I feel that AI tools can again help you get a sense of. And all I'm saying, by the way, when you talk about analytics, is understanding what kind of content is working and resonating with your audience and what kind of content is not, right? So whenever you post, let's say you posted like 10 videos or 10 content pieces, you will see that there will be some clear outliers, some videos or some content pieces that have gotten more engagement than the others. And those are essentially your winners. That's the algorithm and the social media platform and your audience giving you the signal that, hey, we like this kind of content. And all you need to do on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis is just sit down with all the content that you created and look at the engagement data. Hey, how many views did it get and how much engagement did it get? And these two indicators will be very, very clearly pointing you in the direction of the content that's working for you. And that's like really a simple way of looking at social media and online content analytics and using that to drive your strategy forward. So you double down on the winners and then you keep discarding the kind of posts that were not working well. So say, for example, you created an informative post about your business that did not do well, but then you also created a testimonial that drove a lot of results for you. That just means that your audience is reacting or responding more to testimonials. And that means that you need to be creating a lot of more video testimonials that should go out on your social media channels. So I think that's the second part to it. And the third most important part to get started is that in today's day and age, there are a ton of AI tools that are available that can help you get started on this journey. If you need a couple of marketing campaign ideas, you can just type it on GPT and that can do it for you. If you want banners or images, then Canva can create that for you. If you want videos, then there are lots of video editing platforms that allow you to create video content in less than 5 minutes, including ours. So I feel that most businesses and marketers should not restrict their capabilities or should not restrict their ideas by saying, hey, I don't know how to do it. The good part is that even if you don't know how to do it, AI can do it for you, or AI can at least teach you the basic simple steps of doing it. And in today's day and age, you can do the work of a full-time marketing person in your team by spending less than 1 hour a week in front of like AI tools on your computer. So I would highly encourage you to explore, and this is something that Andrew and I were chatting about as well right before this webinar, was that more and more of your time should be spent on thinking, how can I streamline these marketing functions or these functions that are taking so much of my time using AI? Believe me, there is some tool or the other that's powered by AI that can solve your pain points, not only when it comes to marketing, but also when it comes to sales automation, to sales outreach. There are tools that are available today that allow you to send like personalized AI messages to all your customers, all the repeat customers, a bunch of things that you can do over there as well. So the possibilities are endless. And all of these tools are driving results, like real results for real businesses across the world. So I encourage you to, be very, very proactive about trying these new tools and implementing them as a part of your workflow in 2025.
Excellent. So consistency, analytics, and AI tools are key. And, definitely, the other thing is, we talked about it, I think 2 weeks ago, where we said basically, nowadays you can outsource your whole company and your whole business. So, there's people that you can get on a fractional basis at a reasonable cost that can do these things for you as well. It used to be like really expensive to find someone who knew anything about digital marketing. Now, so many people know it. You got to weed through the people who do and don't, but you shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg. And worst comes to worst, you could go to Fiverr or Upwork as well. So, keep that in mind, or virtual assistants or whatever. But, in this day and age, as a small business, you could grow significantly without even having any actual employees. So, technology and just the globalization has made that happen. So definitely think about it. So you sidestepped my question about hashtags. So tell us what hashtags are and why they're important.
Yeah, sorry about that. I completely missed that. I think hashtags are very, very important for your discovery of your content. And in general, if you search for a hashtag on LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok, you'll see the top trending content around that. I think hashtags are a great way to index your content to reach people who are following specific hashtags or are looking to do specific things. So say, for example, if you are a cafe owner in Manhattan, then one of the hashtags that you need to be ranking on or you need to be consistently posting on all your content is like, hashtag NYC cafe, for example, right? Because whenever people are searching for New York City cafes, they're going to be searching for that hashtag, or Instagram is going to show them content that's related to that hashtag. and you want to be showing up over there. So with hashtags, and the caveat to this is that there are specific AI tools that will help you get the real right hashtags for your business. But most AI tools will not do a good job at it because they don't have real-time information from social media networks to determine what are the best hashtags going to be for you. So with hashtags, a cool hack that I like to use, and I'd like to share it with you all over here, is that depending on the platform that you're posting on, before you post your content or your video, just take a couple of seconds to think about what hashtags might be relevant for your audience and go in and search on the search bar in all of these platforms how many posts those hashtags have and what is the velocity of these posts and what is the average engagement that some of those posts have. So, for example, if we were to go and check on Instagram or on TikTok, hashtag NYC cafes, you'll see an interesting, uh, you know, mix of content and their average engagement and the average number of views that they're getting. And your aim would be to go there. Another very, very creative way to be using hashtags is to get content ideas. So now think about what are the hashtags, again, that your customers might be interested in or your business represents. And when you search for those hashtags on social media platforms, you get a very, very nice idea or a very, very nice diversity of the type of content that your customers are consuming and engaging with. And I like to use this almost as a whiteboard of different types of ideas that I feel I can execute in the content space when it comes to that particular hashtag. So if you're talking about, let's say, hashtag social media or hashtag social media management, and if I search for that on TikTok or Instagram, I'll get, at least 20 or 30 great video ideas that I can get inspired from and then use to craft my own strategy. And the good part is because these videos are at the top of that hashtag, they clearly have cracked the winning formula, right? They've experimented, they've tried out, and they've cracked that formula of getting those number of views or impressions on their content. So you can just take inspiration from that idea and use that to create your own content. So both hashtags will help you not just in getting surfaced to the right kind of people, but also use that as a source of inspiration or content ideas for your own calendar when it comes to social media. And just the caveat that I mentioned is that don't be too reliant on the hashtags that AI tools are creating for you. Try and do a little bit of your own research and see, hey, what are the top 5 or 10 hashtags that I need to build my brand equity on, and I need to start ranking on, and then use that data to continuously incorporate that into your content.
Excellent, excellent. So, one thing I want to ask you to do is define a hashtag for us like we're a 5th grader.
Okay.
Because I've known I've heard the word hashtag for a long time before I actually knew what it was. So, and you talked about what you can do with it, but what is it? And just in a way that anybody could understand it.
So, great. Think about the textbook, or think about any book that you've come across. Now, within the book, you'll see that there is information, and that information is categorized by chapters, right, or tags, or specific terms that talk about all of that content. Now, imagine the internet as that book. Now, the internet has a lot of content, right? And algorithms or social media algorithms or other things, they need a way to be able to understand what your content is about. Just like you need the chapter name to understand what that chapter in the book is about, the internet algorithms need a way to understand what that content is about. And they use this hashtag information to index your content or sort of give it a name, saying that, hey, this content piece from Vedant or this content piece from Andrew is about XYZ or about ABC, right? And so it's the best way to think about it is the hashtags are the eyes of social media algorithms for your content, and it helps them understand and index your content better.
All right. Okay, great. So so definitely, it's how people can find you. And it's
exactly. Yeah. How people can find you online. Perfect.
So definitely, that's key because, for a long time I wasn't really using them because I wasn't sure what it was. And, but, as a result, I didn't get the same engagement that I get now. So, definitely, some little things can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
So, there's so much digital products and content and everything coming out and tools. But, one thing I'm finding like across the board is, everybody has a tech stack or different, technology that they use. And usually it's a whole bunch of different platforms and programs that keeps expanding. But now many platforms and programs are actually expanding their reach so that you don't need as many more. And talk a little bit about that trend and talk about sort of how you're addressing it from the video side.
Absolutely. No, that's a great question. And that's one of the pain points that we discovered about our audience is that, our customers, when they're creating and executing social media content or just like content at scale, are subscribing to anywhere between 5 to 15 different platforms where they go to one platform to just complete one part of their process, right? In some cases, they're using A platform for something, platform B for something, platform C for something. Well, while that is a very broken process, you've got to manage 10 or 15 different subscriptions. And then you've got to also ensure that your work is being seamlessly transferred from like one part of your workflow to another using integrations. Again, you're paying for integrations as well, right? And this is a problem that we saw for a lot of businesses where, say, if they have a social media software tool budget for like $200 a month or $300 a month, they're paying so many small tools so much money, and they're not being able to maximize the outcome from all of these tools. Not to mention that they're juggling between multiple tools to get all of their work done. They're using a Canva for the posters, and they're also using a GPT for the content writing and the ideas. Then they're using a tool like Vidyo.ai for their video content. They're also using some social media management tools that help them streamline and put their content out there, reply to comments, get DMs, reply to them. And so it's a whole robust stack with a lot of different tools that you're using, and you end up underusing all of them and overpaying for all of them. That's always the case, right? And understanding that business need and understanding that big problem that we saw with all our customers is when we decided to think in the direction saying, hey, can we just bundle all of these tools up in one single place so that you have to manage only one subscription, and you can go from your prompt or your idea to your final video or your final content. It can be a poster, it can be a LinkedIn post, it can be a video, it can be, anything that you're posting anywhere. Can all of that happen in one single place without you having to switch context and software? And turns out it is possible, right? Because of the pace at which AI is growing and because of how efficient it has become to create and build software for people. We decided to do something about it, and our software is building the capabilities where you will be able to go from just an idea or just a prompt or just a couple of things that you have in mind for a campaign and use that to craft like a full-blown campaign or a full-blown social media strategy or posters, banners, whatever the case may be, in one single place, right? So you don't have to go from idea to copy to creative and then to social media using 4 or 5 different apps. We will streamline this entire process for you, thus ensuring that you are saving a lot of time, saving a lot of money, and that you are able to streamline your work so that you are able to make the most bang for the time that you're spending on sales and marketing for your business, and then spend the rest of your time actually working on your business, like Andrew rightly put, instead of for your business. You want to be working on your business.
Great. So no, definitely, Vedant's company, Vidyo.ai, I've been using it for over a year now, and I've seen growth, and continues to come out with new things. And I got an email yesterday that you're coming out with a whole bunch of other new things. So you talked about the breadth of it, but definitely if you're looking at video content, this is what I've been able to use to really be able to boost what I'm doing. But maybe talking a little bit more specifically about kind of what, how people can, what capabilities that you've pulled together within what you're doing, and why what each one does for people.
Yeah. With this new tool that we are building, it essentially is, think of it as an AI social media marketing manager that's a part of your team that can take any idea and create any kind of video from it. Let's say, for example, you're an e-commerce seller and you want, product reviews of your product that you want to post on TikTok and Instagram. We have an AI that will allow you to create like AI reviews or AI influencers that are talking about your product. Or say you're a live streamer and you do live streams just like this one, and you want to create short videos out of it. That's something that we already do, and that's something that will already be supported. Say you want to translate your videos from one language to another because you see that there's a good market opportunity in one of those languages. That's also something that we'll sort of help you do. Say you want to create informative videos that don't have your face and voice, but it's just the voice of a person that's informing your customers, say about financial products or about the ingredients that you have in your products, or anything that's related to your business and your use case. You'll be able to spin up AI agents that create these videos on your behalf and post them on your social media in a consistent manner, so you don't have to worry about editing the videos and finalizing the script and doing all of the manual work that comes with creating video. So we're offering you a one-stop solution that allows you to create any kind of video content for your business, for your social media. For example, even the ads that we saw, the inserts that we saw in this video right now in this live stream, these are now going to be able to be created by AI. So you just have to put in a prompt saying, this is what the placement is, this is what the script should look like. Can you write a script for me? And once the AI has written the script, the AI will also give it a voiceover, and it will also add like the relevant images, it'll add like the relevant titles, and put together like a solid looking video within $5 to $7. Like we were discussing, instead of paying like $1,000 to an agency to be doing all of that for you, you'll have like a stellar looking ad in $5 to $7. Similarly, say you have a blog post, or if you sell products online and you've got a lot of photos, and if you want to create more content out of it, you will be able to just drop in a link and have the AI create ads for your product and your software that you can not just use it on organic social media, but also on paid ads. If you run any paid ads on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all these platforms, we'll also be able to help you go from just the product link or the blog post to a AI generated social media app ad for you in less than 5 minutes. And I think that's incredibly powerful as you want to be able to grow your business. So anything that you may want to do on the creative side of things, anything that you might want to do on the social media side of things when it comes to creating your content, planning your content out on different platforms, ensuring that the analytics are in place, ensuring that you're able to respond and reach to all the people when it comes to social media, you'll be able to do all of those things in one place and pay like one flat fee. And that I feel is super powerful to help you grow on social media.
Excellent. So, no, definitely. I think that we've covered a lot. 1 hour goes really fast because we're jumping up on it. But this has been great. Definitely great comment from Darren about the hashtags. I think a lot of people, see them everywhere, but don't really know what they are or how to use them. So I think that was really helpful. How you sort of talked through that. Because there's just so many things you need to know that you can't possibly know them all. So this has been great. And one thing you talk about, and you probably see this too. Given that there's so many things out there, you can't know all the tools and all the platforms out there.
Absolutely.
But if you can dream of something you need for your business, it's probably out there. So, so definitely, take advantage, do a search. It's amazing what's out there. And then also if you're using something, reach out to the people who are using it, who provide it. Cause they always want to know, what's going on and, how they can make what they do better, because, their business is very competitive too. So no, this has been great. One thing that I find is, most people can't really remember more than 3 things. So, because of that, it's always good to wrap up with really three key things that people should really take away from our conversation tonight, because we really covered a whole bunch of stuff, but what are the three key things people should take away and really can think about and start to implement starting tomorrow, and help them be even more successful and do even more with their business? So I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. And what I'm going to do is play a short video. We created a, memberships for the university. So this is a little bit about them, so that you can, really take advantage of and accelerate your learning and your knowledge of business. So here's a little bit about what we have to offer. Hi, I'm Andrew Frazier, founder of Small Business Pro University. I've worked one-on-one with more than 1,000 diverse small business owners and taught tens of thousands of people about business. If you're looking to work on your business instead of in it, or to scale your business and take it to the next level, you need to join Small Business Pro University for a supportive community of like-minded entrepreneurs, business education on your terms, when, where, and how you prefer, live virtual training on critical topics by small business experts, and a directory of trusted service providers to assist you with your growth. We have three options that you can choose from: the Masterpreneur Club for business owners who have achieved a certain level of success and are looking to scale, the Small Business Pro Growth Accelerator for business owners and future business owners who want to work on their business rather than in it, and our associate membership for those seeking to join the community, test drive some courses, and gain access to resources. To join, visit www.sbprou.com/membership to learn more about our membership options and select the tier that's most appropriate for your business. That's www.sbprou.com/membership. What is the ultimate business ecosystem for helping entrepreneurs to accelerate and grow their business? Of course, the Small Business Pro University. Become an associate member to enjoy the benefits like accessing a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, test driving multimedia, online, on-demand mini courses on important business topics, participating in live Ask the Expert and Power Networking sessions. Hello, my name is Andrew Frazier. I've worked one-on-one with over 1,000 business owners and taught more than 10,000 people about business. Join today to take advantage of charter membership pricing. Visit www.sbprou.com/membership and join today. Okay, welcome back. I'm here doing Leadership Live with Vedant from Vidyo.ai. And, we've had a great conversation about really how to leverage video content to enhance your brand. So, Vedant, before I let you go, what are the three things that business owners should take from what we discussed today, so that they can use those going forward to be more successful?
Absolutely. No, I think the three key points that you should be taking away from this conversation, first of all, is that, like Andrew said at the beginning of the session, every business is a media business. And that means that your business should not just be spending money on paid campaigns and paid impressions and earned impressions, but also you should be owning your own media. You should be owning your own email channels. You should be owning your own social media channels, and you should be owning your own personal brand on online platforms that you're able to leverage to drive business. So don't sleep on content creation and video creation. It can be one of the most important and effective tools in driving growth for your business in 2025 and beyond. So that's the first takeaway that I would implore people to think about, saying, hey, I need to do video content and social media. How am I going to start doing it, and where should I start doing it? The second part is be very, very mindful about who your customer is, where they are engaging, and how you can incorporate their impression and their mind share into your video content strategy. One of the things that we discussed is that across all platforms, across all channels, one key way of sharing content that's been taking precedence over all others is short form video content. So you need to ensure that you have some sort of a short form video content strategy in place where you are using tools to create short form video content and drive viewership. And you're using that short form content to create a funnel into your business, right? Whether it is for driving revenue, whether it's for driving leads, email subscribers, whatever the case may be, you're using and you're funneling these short form video views into something that's meaningful for your business. And the third is do not sleep on AI tools. It's a very hip saying these days that AI is not going to take your job. Somebody using AI will, and that essentially what it translates to for business owners is that there will be a business that's using AI to drive valuable outcomes for themselves at a fraction of the price, and you'll either be overpaying for those solutions or you'll just not be doing them thinking, hey, I don't think I can do that by myself. And there I'll say explore every AI tool that you may feel is relevant for your business. And you might find that, you try out 10 tools and, maybe 7 of them don't work for you. And that's absolutely fine. But that's help you understand what those use cases might be. And maybe that's not helping you today, but at 6 months down the line, it'll help you streamline and do more content, more marketing, more sales, whatever the case may be. So explore AI marketing tools, explore AI sales tools, explore customer success agents that are powered by AI, but be open to this change that's going to come in 2025 and beyond, and really transform how all of us are doing business. And finally, I'd like to just add, as like the last part is that we're all business owners, right? And building a business is not the easy path, but it's the path that we chose. And of course, it comes with its challenges and its hardships. But at those moments, you just need to ensure that you're focused. You're using the help of experts like Andrew in helping really understand and navigate how to build and grow your business. And it's a long journey, but it's definitely a rewarding and a fruitful journey if you do things the right way. And yeah, with that, I'd also like to thank Andrew for inviting me over for this call today. I hope this was helpful and beneficial to all of you. And I'm always reachable on my LinkedIn profile that Andrew has also linked. So if you have any thoughts, any feedback, or if you just want to discuss and understand how you want, if I can help you in creating this video strategy or this content strategy, I'm happy to get on a call and discuss that.
Okay, no, Vedant, thanks for joining tonight. Your LinkedIn profile's in the chat, so anyone who wants to connect with you has access to it, as well as your website. Definitely that'll be a good thing for people to look at as well. So let's see, where's your website? Okay, there we go. So your website's in the chat as well. So yeah, check it out. Thanks again, Vedant, for hanging out. Appreciate you sharing your expertise. Leaving people with, every business is a media business, but not only that, you have to own your content. So, you don't want to be a slave to these other platforms as well.
Absolutely.
So you want to make sure that, definitely, you got to meet your customer where they are. So, understanding them is key. And then just, utilizing AI, cost, but also the speed, the speed of business is always increasing. One of my mentors used to say, you got to keep becoming cheaper, faster, and better. And
Absolutely.
AI is the tool that will do it for you. And you don't want your customers to do that to you. So thanks again, Vedant. If you can hang out for a little bit so we can chat, and greatly appreciate having you on. And definitely we're getting great comments from attendees as well. So definitely thanks for joining in. And I think a lot of people will get a lot out of what we talked about tonight. So thanks. Okay. Excellent. So no, definitely, another great episode. Enjoyed having Vedant here. this stuff is so important. Marketing and sales, it's getting, it's going to continue to get more competitive, and, to keep up, a lot of these things we talked about can give you an advantage and help you to successfully grow your business faster and easier. So, great conversation today. Also next week, I'm looking forward to, we're going to be talking about the linchpin for creating a scalable business. Everybody wants to create a scalable business, but most people never ever successfully do that. So, what does it take? We're going to talk about what that takes, and actually from a different perspective than usual. So, rather than from the business owner, from someone on the business owner's team, because, sometimes, they have a perspective that you may need to be able to successfully grow. So we're going to talk about, what the most important thing is, or one of the most important things is for you to be able to scale successfully. And, next week we're going to have Kyle on, and, he's COO of a company that, manufacturing company, and he's going to talk about his perspectives on, how to partner with the business owner to really scale their company. So hopefully you can join us then. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And, really at the end of the day, the more that you know, the more successfully your business is going to grow.
Thank you for listening to Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Leadership Live is one of the many valuable resources provided through the Small Business Pro University, empowering business owners to learn, profit, and grow. Find out more at sbpro.u.com.